Breaking news at the top of the hour here on WJTV at 4 o'clock. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders is leaving the Trump administration. She's expected to be gone by the end of the month. The president announced the news on Twitter and says Sanders will be returning home to Arkansas. She's currently one of the few staff members remaining who actually worked on the president's campaign.
Special counsel Robert Mueller revealed that Sanders admitted investigators that she had made unfounded claims. Countless FBI agents had reached out to express support for Trump's decision to fire FBI Director James Comey in May of 2017. We'll bring you more details on the Trump White House situation later in our newscast. But first, a look at the weather.
Well, if you haven't had a chance to enjoy this weather yet, you still have a little bit of time. Right now, Jackson, 85 degrees, and with this low humidity, feels like 83. Here's what your overnight looks like. Yep, you are reading this correctly. Low 60s. Some places will be in the 50s tonight. You might need a jacket, but we got changes on the way. We're going to talk about that and more. This is the WJTV 12 News at 4 with Terrence and Margaret Ann.
All right, thank you, John. There was a tireless search in Brookhaven. Thank you for joining us. I'm Terrence Friday.
And I'm Margaret Ann Carter. After a drive-by shooting claimed the life of a 7-year-old there in Brookhaven. He has now been identified as Quantavious Allen Jr. Police Chief Kenneth Collins says he was shot in the midsection while playing a video game in the family's living room. He was then flown to UMMC where he later died. And we are learning more about him and his faith. And he said also, although he was young, he was full of faith.
Grandmother told me that last weekend, this child told her that Jesus had a place for him to stay. And he said it to her 3 times. And she said, no, baby, you're gonna be here with us. And what he said, no, Jesus got a place for me to stay. She said she didn't know then that this was gonna happen.
That's so devastating. Chief Collins added that Quantavious' favorite movie was When Moses Saved the Israelites. The investigation is continuing with little to no help from family members or neighbors. However, police have a description of the car and person, but they are holding off on revealing that information.
Jackson Councilman Kenneth Stokes says the city is betraying its citizens. The Ward 3 leader held a news conference this morning about the ongoing water billing crisis. As we've reported, the city installed thousands of faulty water meters after a $90 million contract agreement with Siemens. The city is now suing that company, but some homeowners say they have not been having their water bills sent to them, and some have had their water disconnected, even though the bills aren't correct or not coming at all.
What Siemens did to the city of Jackson is wrong. We're saying that what the city of Jackson has done to the citizens in this city is wrong. And we're saying that 2 wrongs do not make a right.
We reached out to the city's Public Works Department about this plan. They tell us they have no comment on the matter right now. Police are searching for 3 robbery suspects. The masked men are accused of taking cash from a business on North State Street around 10 last night. Police say the suspects ran away towards Robin Hood Road. No one was hurt in that robbery, but Jackson police again are still investigating.
Richland police need your help locating some suspects as well. Over the past weekend, someone stole 3 flags from the poles at Westside Richland Park. The flags were an American flag, a state flag, and a city flag there. If you have any information regarding that crime, please contact Richland Police. A former Webster County sheriff will spend time behind bars next month. Tim Mitchell will be sentenced in July, and he faces 2 counts of embezzlement and 2 counts of trafficking in stolen firearms. Mitchell pleaded guilty to 4 of 10 counts he was charged with, and authorities say he will serve 15 years for his crimes.
City officials in Memphis are calling for calm following the shooting death of a 20-year-old black man. A confrontation with people at the scene and police left dozens of officers injured. Hillary Lane reports from New York.
Tension and emotions are still raw in a Memphis suburb where U.S. Marshals shot and killed Brandon Weber, a fugitive wanted on multiple felony warrants Wednesday night.
Regardless of the preliminary reports, another African-American man has lost his life.
Police say marshals with the Fugitive Task Force tried to arrest Weber outside a home when he jumped into a car and tried to take off.
While attempting to stop the individual, he reportedly rammed his vehicle into the officers' vehicles multiple times before exiting with a weapon.
People poured into the street after the shooting, throwing bottles and rocks at police. The situation escalated quickly, and officers were forced to use tear gas on the crowd. At least 25 officers suffered minor injuries. Weber's close friends gathered outside of Central High School Thursday to remember him.
He kept you laughing. He kept you up. If you were crying, he would cry for you.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is reviewing the shooting to determine if any officers should face charges. Hillary Lane, CBS News, New York.
And investigators say 3 people were arrested following that confrontation with police there.
Two small guinea pigs are actually rescued from backwater flooding, and now they have a new home. WJTV 12's Katie Rowe spoke with the Warren County Sheriff about his team's pet rescues.
Just a few days ago, 2 little guinea pigs were stranded in a home surrounded by backwater flooding.
With the owner's permission, we went back in the home and recovered the little guinea pigs, but unfortunately the people are staying in a location where they can't take them with them.
Their original owners had to leave in a rush when the backwater started overflowing onto their road.
This particular flood has just really exaggerated the issue because it has lasted so long. People in the past, if the flood was going to last a week or 10 days, they may try to boat in and feed their dogs or feed their cats, and this has just made it impossible.
The 2 guinea pigs spent a few days in Warren County Sheriff Martin Pace's office while he searched to find them a new family, but that search didn't take very long.
We actually have a new home with 2 children that will enjoy their company, and I'm sure the guinea pigs will enjoy the children's company.
This isn't the first and probably won't be the last animal rescue. Sheriff Pace and his team have come across a wide variety of animals stuck inside a flooded home.
There are several dogs. We've brought cats out, kittens out. An outside domestic animal will generally stay right there at the home waiting on the homeowner to come back. So when someone has to leave in a hurry, or if they leave and they think, well, maybe we're only going to be gone a couple of days, and in fact it turns into weeks or months, then the pets are in a bad way.
That's why his team now carries food for the stranded pets in case they find an animal in need. Reporting in Vicksburg, Katie Rowe, WJTV 12.
Well, we have one more night of this delightful weather. If you have any evening plans, a few clouds, going to be chilly. You may even need a light jacket because by 9 p.m. that temperature is going to drop to 68 degrees. But we've got more heat and humidity and some unsettled weather. I'm going to break it down for you in the full forecast right after the break on the WJTV 12 News at 4.